Hello? Can you hear me? I am searching, whether it's the cities, the quiet suburbs, or in the beauty of nature. I will find it. In the crevices. In the darkness. Welcome to Lost or Found.
It's been a while. Yes, Lost or Found has come back to Horror Fiend TV. I was on a little bit of a vacation, a little bit of a hiatus, kind of. But yes, now we are back. And man, I cannot wait to talk about this film for this episode. So let me ask you a question, whether you're religious or not. If given the opportunity, would you want your loved ones to resurrect you? Or would you want to resurrect a loved one? Tricky question. Yes, we are going to be talking about Resurrected 2023, currently streaming on Tubi. But before I continue, let us lay a foundation for the question I just asked you.
Hello, my love.
Hey, babe, how was the game?
Nikki hit 2 singles and a double.
I would have got a triple, but only if I didn't triple the second base.
That's why I keep telling you to round your corners.
Why isn't Nicky in the back in his car seat?
Because he's a big boy. He's not a little baby anymore. He gets to ride up front with his old man.
Resurrected 2023, directed by Igor Baranov and starring Dave Davis as Stanley Martin, Carly Hall as Audrey Martin, and Erica Chase as Shrub / Rat. So after the accident, Audrey blamed Stanley for the death of Nick due to the fact that he was potentially drinking prior to the accident. So Audrey is approached by the church and they kind of give her a little bit of hope.
I am here to offer you a miracle.
So Nick becomes the first to be resurrected, and well, Stanley and Audrey's life takes a different turn. Nick is the first to be resurrected. Therefore, the reporters and everyone kind of approach her, asking questions while she tries to shield Nick. And at the same time, Stanley, who is really down in the dumps after recovering from the accident and leaving the hospital, goes on a drinking binge, and basically his life continues a downward spiral. So after this resurrection, the church begins to give people opportunities to resurrect their loved ones. However, there are 2 conditions. Always conditions, right? Condition 1, you must convert to Christianity. Condition 2, you have to live a life or live the life free of sins. Like seriously, not that I, committed sins. I'm just saying, seriously, who's lived a life free of sins? So, as the film continues, Stanley kind of has a strenuous relationship with Audrey as they are separated, but maintains a relationship with Nick. Now, Nick being the first one resurrected, or as they call them later in the film, RPs, well, he becomes a spokesman for the church. And Stanley, seeing the wrongs that he's trying to right, becomes a priest for the church. Now, not only this, the church takes a different form in a way, because now everyone kind of wants to have the opportunity to be resurrected or have a loved one being resurrected. That you have people around the world going to great lengths in order to give the loved ones an opportunity to be resurrected, even if it means leaving their religion and becoming a Christian. Man, what a twist is that? As the film continues, we learn that Stanley not only does basically has his own congregation where he does virtual mass. Virtual mass. That shows you how much the power of the church has grown, where so many people want to convert that they need to have a virtual mass in order to spread the word of God. And Stanley also does confessions with RPs, resurrected persons, and we get to get like an insight of what's going on with these people as far as how they are viewed being resurrected. And some of them continue to live the trauma of their previous life. This is where we meet one character in particular, Frank Collins. Now, Frank, well, he had a business prior to passing, and his business was basically on the downside. Comes back, and he is not happy because he cannot get a job because RPs are viewed as freaks. They're viewed differently by the one-lifers, which I'll explain that later on. So Stanley kind of ignores, in a way, what Frank's trying to tell him until
there's been an incident. One of the construction workers just started pushing his co-workers off the edge. 17 people fell to their death. This man was someone from your flock. You were his counselor, Stan.
After the incident with Frank, well, the church approaches Stanley and they kind of make him a scapegoat. So they tell him, no more ties to the church. We have to take your congregation away. We're going to have somebody else replace you. At the same time, people are starting to question, why did a resurrected person go on a mass murder spree? Which brings even more light into the church. Therefore, Stanley is told, you must not talk to the world out there. Stay isolated, and unfortunately, we do not want you talking to your son. So, as Stanley goes into a downward spiral, kind of goes back to what got him in trouble before, we soon find out that this incident that happened wasn't uncommon. And what is the church really hiding?
They're coming to silence me.
Father, who is trying to silence you?
They're here.
So what's my conclusion on this film? Well, Resurrected 2023 is a good addition to the found footage genre. The way this film is done is through social media, whether it's FaceTiming, constantly being on the computer, a lot of Zoom. Everything is done through social media, and I think this is what makes this film great because you get different perspectives and views, and you feel like you're the one there doing the investigation to truly find out what's behind these RPs from doing what they do. Now, we also get to see the divide between those who convert to Christianity and those who are the one-lifers. I had said that term earlier. So the one-lifers are the ones that believe death is a part of life. It's a natural order in life. You're born, you grow, and basically you pass. So this is where this film actually elevates itself because you have that moral kind of argument. Which side is right? And I think this is what, for me, I enjoyed because you get to see and kind of feel what others truly believe of this dilemma. Now, the embodiment of the struggle is with Stanley. You see this through Stanley because not only does he start questioning his faith, he starts wondering why exactly is the church treating him like this is his fault and he's the scapegoat. Now, I mentioned earlier about the character Rat, played by Erica Chase, also known as a Shrub. Now, the introduction of her character was very vital to the storyline, and it kind of expanded even more exactly what a Shrub is and how the church is using a Shrub. Now, if you don't know what a Shrub is basically a name for an angel. I know this film starts off slow, but the reason I like the way it started was because it set the foundation, as you've seen in the clip earlier, of Stanley and Audrey and Nick. By putting this in the forefront, it kind of helped the movie not have to develop and do backstory on the characters. And it showed the relationship between Audrey and Stanley and the effects it had on, well, the bringing back of their son, Nick. Also, the fact that their tragedy was used as the foundation for the church to do this resurrection and cement their power even more. Now, I know many people will find this film a little bit controversial, but this is what I like about this film, because you get to watch a film and you get to make a decision what exactly would you do if given the opportunity to be resurrected or resurrect a loved one. This film was well done, and I like the fact that it continues to elevate and escalate the plots and twists and turns. And then, wow, when you find out what exactly is going on by the end of the film, can I just say purely chaotic? It wraps everything around into a very good found footage horror film and a horror film in general. Now, I know many people do not like Tubi. For me, I am a fan of Tubi. I'm keep mentioning it, hopefully, that one day they'll hey, you want to come on Tubi or do a show here or sponsor, Horror Fiend TV. I love Tubi, please. But anyways, yes, Resurrected 2023 is a good addition to the found footage horror genre, and I believe it is a film that you must see. And, well, kind of answer the question that I presented to you in the beginning of this episode. Exactly what would you do? I mean, leave the comments below, because I truly want to hear what you have to say about, one, this film, and two, the decisions you would make as far as if you were ever put in this predicament of making a decision like that. So once again, yes, Resurrected is a found. This film, I'll be honest, I passed over a couple times, and then I was like, you know what? Let me watch this. And when I watched it, I was amazed. I did not pick up my phone once. And if I did, it was during commercial break to let Ricky Grimes know, dude, you need to watch this film. And to let the psychologist know, hey, you might like this one. So yes, Resurrected 2023, currently streaming on Tubi. Watch it. Let me know your thoughts. And before you go, like, subscribe, and continue to share us. And yes, Lost or Found is back, and get ready for the next episode of Beyond Our World, where we will be talking about a character called Riddick. So this is JR, Horror Fiend TV, Lost or Found, Resurrected. Watch it. Peace. Happy Friday. 2.
That's the point of a miracle, isn't it? You've got to have faith.